for them. People, the American people, our brothers and sisters are being terrorized today. And politicians, they keep acting like they've got all the time in the world. But the people don't. We don't. This country doesn't. And democracy sure as hell doesn't either.
You can check out YouTube again.
So listen, I hear these candidates and elected officials saying, just wait until the midterms. 2026 is going to fix it. Well, let me ask you something. Do the families being hunted by ICE and CBP, do they have a year to wait? Do women losing rights and autonomy over their bodies, do they have a year to wait? Do working class Americans with skyrocketing health insurance premiums like myself who can no longer afford health insurance, do we have a year to wait? Do working Americans losing their freedoms have a year to wait? And let me be very clear. Democracy does not run on, we'll fix it next year. When a regime is abusing its power right now, when people are being beaten by law enforcement officers right now, when history is being erased and the people's house is being demolished now. You don't wait for a midterm. You ante up and kick in like we're doing right now. And since we're here in Washington, D.C., just a few blocks from the people whose salaries we pay, let's make damn sure they hear us when we demand that they do their jobs. Protect this country. Protect the people you swore to serve. Protect our democracy. And listen closely, because tens of thousands of voices are about to make it very simple for you. Impeach, convict, and remove. Let me hear it. Impeach, convict, remove. I want Congress to hear it in their goddamn offices. Impeach, convict, remove. I want the White House to hear it. Impeach, convict, remove. I didn't spend my career in law enforcement to watch a government use fear and violence as a weapon. And I didn't risk my life for democracy on January 6th so lawmakers could shrug and say, maybe we'll get to it in 2026. I stood up like you were all standing up here because this country is worth fighting for. And every single one of you showed up today because you believe the same thing. This movement is not small. This is not some fringe fad, and it sure as hell isn't quiet. It's the majority of Americans who are tired of being ignored, and we're tired of this administration.
Yeah, we're going to stream this one way, shape, or form.
So here's what we're going to do next.
If we have to do it
We're going to take this crowd and this momentum, and we're going to turn it into pressure louder than anything this country has ever seen. We're going to call our lawmakers, we're going to show up at their office, and we're going to demand action, and we're going to demand their courage, and we're going to demand accountability. When so many people stand together like we are today and speak with the same voice, government listens. And if they don't, we're going to make them listen. They are not going to ignore us. And let me tell you something. What you represent isn't fear, it isn't hate, it isn't chaos. It's patriotism and it's democracy. It's the American people taking back what is rightfully ours. So I want you to look around right now. Look at this crowd. Look at this power. Look at this country refusing to be silent. And remember this. We don't wait for 2026. We don't wait for your permission. We don't wait for someone else or some scandal to save our democracy. We protect it, we defend it, we demand it, and we want it today. So one more time, raise your voices with me. Impeach, convict Donald Trump, and remove that son of a bitch from office.
This next guy was also a hero of mine who became a friend of mine. I got to listen to him last night and it was just incredible. Some of you did as well. Please make a lot of noise for pastor and author John Pavlovitz.
Good afternoon, America. I come to you from Raleigh, North Carolina with a message. I am so grateful to be here today, but I need to tell you that I am not well. I am sick today, friends. I'm sick to my stomach of constitutional crises, of human rights atrocities, and acts of treason. I'm sick of my Latino and immigrant neighbors being indiscriminately and violently assaulted by masked thugs. I'm sick of food being taken out of the mouths of hungry children. I'm sick of people having to choose between paying their mortgage or their medical bills. I'm sick of my LGBTQ neighbors being persecuted for simply existing. I'm sick of people of color being gerrymandered out of the political process. I'm sick of women having to travel to another state just to have autonomy over their own bodies. I'm sick of our servicemen and women and our veterans being disrespected and disregarded. I'm sick of the reality that the greatest border crisis we face is the one separating church and state. And I am sick of desperately appealing to public servants to do the decent, humane, and legal thing and seeing them again flatly refuse. America, are you sick of all of this? And it's not just we who are gathered here today who are sickened. This entire nation is not well because in the highest position of leadership, we have one of the most amoral, lawless, vile, hateful human beings to ever walk the planet. He is a man devoid of decency, bereft of empathy, and allergic to truth. And for a decade, he has been a pervasive moral cancer feeding off the body of our republic. He has trafficked in tribalism, stoked division, and pillaged our resources. He has preyed upon the vulnerable, and he is inciting people to revel in the worst of their instincts. Now, I don't know a lot about medicine, but what I do know is that when a body is afflicted with cancer, you do everything you can to remove it. You don't simply let it destroy everything around you without resistance. You don't allow the malignancy to metastasize unimpeded. You don't give it carte blanche for 2 years to ravage whatever is in its path and hope for the best. Friends, for the sake of preserving life, you move heaven and earth to get the cancer out.
Just right to the right of the speaker.
Nice.
And we gather here today to say, for the sake of the health and existential life of our great nation and the well-being of the planet, Donald Trump must be removed. Yes. And now listen, friends, listen. Just so right-wing media doesn't twist this, let me say that unlike the president's supporters who gathered here on January 6th and so many times since then, we assemble here as a nonviolent people in a nonviolent movement. In the form of impeachment, conviction, and removal. And this is what...
That's it. People are cold.
Peaceful, legal, constitutional. This is how we must get this cancerous president out. And to my conservative friends, this is your fight too. We are tethered together in one interdependent community. Our destinies are intertwined because we are all closer to being beggars than billionaires. And so you need to understand that we aren't just in this for ourselves, we are here for you, which is why we oppose him, because you are not immune to the destruction he is sowing or the damage he is doing any more than we are. Your elemental freedoms and liberties are being taken away as well. You too are losing access to education and security and opportunity. Your children and grandchildren are also facing a future that is less safe, less compassionate, and less free. The sovereignty of our nation is in the balance in these moments, and with every day of inaction, the cancer takes more of what we might never get back. As long as this president is allowed to remain, our nation will never be well. And we could so easily be well. It could all be so very simple. Impeachment, prosecution, removal. And then once he is gone, we could come to the table in meaningful conversations on the challenges we face. We could find our commonalities, navigate compromise, and once again lean on the system our Constitution put in place in order to work for the common good. And friends, this is why we stand on this holy ground today, to bring the healing that can only come once this historic malignancy of this president is removed. So for our Latino and immigrant neighbors, we need to get the cancer out. For survivors of sexual assault, we need to get the cancer out. For our beloved queer neighbors, we need to get the cancer out. For people living in food scarcity and at the edge of poverty, we need to get the cancer out. For Christians, Muslims, Jews, Buddhists, Sikhs, Hindus, agnostics, and atheists. We need to get the cancer out. For the vulnerable, the oppressed, the marginalized, the sick, and the hungry, we need to get the cancer out. For Democrats, Republicans, and independents, we need to get the cancer out. For conservatives, moderates, and liberals, we need to get the cancer out. And for the America that still could be, we need to get the cancer out. So let's make sure that love has the last, loudest word, friends. We must impeach, convict, and remove Donald Trump, and then we can get well. We will get well, America. We will all be well.
I know I keep saying that all these people are heroes, and I hate to be redundant, but all these people are heroes. This next hero has been bringing articles of impeachment against this traitor who's illegally squatting in our White House. A Democrat from the great state of Texas, Representative Al Green.
It's actually amazing. This has got to go.
I want my record to show that when the resistance needed my voice, I was there.
Excuse me, sir.
I ask you, do you believe in liberty and justice for all? Do you believe in government of the people, by the people, for the people? Do you believe in separation of powers? Do you believe in the right to peacefully protest? Do you believe you've got a right to resist an authoritarian president who wants to devolve the democracy into a dictatorship? Do you resist? Among the resistors, we have some persons who go to distant places. Many of them don't return the way they left. We have to respect them today. If you are a member of the military, just raise your hand. Let's give them a hand, please. Hands over here. Members of the military, give them a hand, please. Let's hear it for the Army. Let's hear it for the Navy. Let's hear it for the Air Force. Let's hear it for the Marines. Let's hear it for the Space Force. Let's hear it for the Coast Guard. Let's hear it for our armed forces. We have one additional person that I have to thank, and then I'll give you a very brief message. I have a plane to catch. I don't see her, but Jessica Denson is the person that I wanted to thank. She is responsible for my being here, and she's responsible for a good many of your being in attendance as well. So would you give Jessica a hand for me, please? I want you to thank this gentleman who's standing over here. He is here because of the threats I receive. As late as last night, we received a threat. Give our police officers who are here today a hand, please. When the President of the United States of America
threatens the lives of members of Congress. When the president uses terms in his tweets, his communications by way of social media, when he does this, he places the lives of people at risk. When the president uses another person's words, indicating that persons should be hanged, the lives of people who were engaging in lawful free speech, people who were but only indicating that the military is required to carry out lawful orders, and they are not to obey orders that are not lawful. So he puts lives at risk. He put those 6 people who said to the military, you don't have to obey unlawful orders at risk. And in so doing, I want you to know this, I don't take it lightly. It's something that goes beyond those 6, however. Now I want you to listen carefully to what I'm about to say. He has called those 6 people traitors, but he also called someone else a traitor. Listen now. He called Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor. Now listen. She and I don't agree on most things.
Yeah, right.
But here is something that's important. Her life is just as important as any other member of Congress's life. We cannot allow ourselves to be separated by party lines when it comes to the issues of life and death. We are going to demand respect for every member of Congress. That includes Marjorie Taylor Greene. Someone would say, well, is she going to vote for impeachment? It's not about whether she will vote for impeachment. It's about whether her life has value and meaning, and we are going to stand up and protect all members of Congress, whether they vote for impeachment or not. What the president has said when he talked about death and hanging members of Congress is an abomination. It is reprehensible. It is despicable. And it is impeachable. It is impeachable. And I want you to know that as your member of Congress, before we take the break for Christmas, I give you my assurance that there will be articles of impeachment filed against this president.
All right. Let's get that done. Let's get that done.
There will be articles of impeachment filed, and there will be articles of impeachment voted on in the Congress of the United States of America. To have every member of Congress take a stand. This is a time for all of us to take a stand. You vote your conscience. My conscience tells me that I must vote to impeach a president who would put the lives of members of Congress at risk, a president who disrespects the Constitution, who doesn't believe in the separation of powers, who doesn't believe that people have a right to peacefully assemble and protest, a president who wants to be an authoritarian, who is devolving our democracy into a dictatorship. He must be impeached. He must be convicted. He must be removed. One final word. I agree with every person who said, we cannot wait. We cannot wait. We cannot wait.
There's tons of people there.
We can wait until it's too late. We can wait until the constitutional rights that we have now have been degraded to the extent that they are meaningless. This is the time. We are the people. He is the president who should be impeached. This is our watch. We cannot wait until some other time hoping that things will get better in the meantime. No, things are not getting better. Things are getting worse. We must convict. We must impeach. We must have him removed, and we want him removed to make him an example for any future authoritarian who believes that he can take control of the government of the United States of America. I want you to know that I thank each of you for being here. My heart is with you. And I assure you that your being here has made a difference. You are the resistance. You are the resistance. We are the resistance. We are the we in we the people. God bless you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right.
Let him hear it, everybody. That's the bravest person in Congress right there. That's the bravest person in Congress right there. We need a lot more of them. And what he was saying about Marjorie Taylor Greene, it's true. We got to protect people's lives. It's unbelievable for a president to speak this way about members of Congress, to threaten to hang people. But I want to tell the president, because I know he's watching, you know he is too. I want you to come. I want you to come, Donnie. Come hang me, Donnie. I dare you. Stuff your cankles into your height-adjusting dress shoes and come try to hang me. We need the mic. We got a performance. We got a performance coming up from Earth to Eve. We got to get the mic for. She's gonna do one of her newer songs that is profound and powerful. I've been listening to it a lot lately. I liked her music already, but when we were able to get her on this event, I started listening to it even more, and I've become such a fan that I'm kind of embarrassed about. I think I'm a fangirl, is that what they call it? I met her this morning, I was like, I'm so happy that you're here.
I'll start narrating better.
She's gonna play an incredible song for us again, guys. Give it up for Earth to Eve.
Alright, this song is called Have You Heard the News Today? I don't know about you, well I do know about you because you're all here, but every time I open my phone and I see the atrocities happening here, happening abroad with our tax dollars, I get fucking pissed and I get really sad, and this song is called Have You Heard the News Today? It's about that.
Oh boy.
Have you heard the news today? The bombs are dropped, the swamp is drained, America is finally getting saved. 11 million off of Medicaid, temperatures rise like interest rates, built Auschwitz in the Everglades, and sold merch at the front gate. They're starving, sick, and sleep deprived, but they don't look like you or I. Guess empathy don't cross state lines in the great US of A. The flag's got no more blue and white. They sold the stars, we all wear stripes. No need to read between the lines when there's blood spilled on the page. Never again means not today. You gave the man your eyes so you could sleep at night, but you still hear their cries. You can't outrun this shame. This land was yours and mine till they bled it dry. History won't be kind to those who turn the other way. And I can feel your silence. Empathy becomes partisan when rights get framed as politics, and born again Republicans start ditching what their scripture says. Oh, hate thy neighbor, turn them in and burn amendments 5 and 10. The faithful bent the cross to fit, but heavy is the crown that sits atop his empty head. He'll only pledge allegiance to self-interest, to help the rich get rich at your expense while you absolve his sins. And your indifference ain't righteousness, it's evil at its best. Celebrate ignorance and cheer and clap as the boot steps on your neck till it snaps. You gave the man your eyes so you could sleep at night, but you still hear their cries. You can't outrun this shame. This land was yours and mine till they bled it dry. History won't be kind to those who turn the other way. Can you hear them crying? And will you still be silent?
I can't read the signs.
And that's it. Thank you all. Thank you everyone for being here. Impeach, convict, remove. Thank you.
All right, that's what we're going to do, guys. Unfortunately, the live streams are not working with the data or whatever. Hop off and apologize. I'm going to go ahead and get some recorded stuff, and then we'll post it either later on today or early tomorrow morning.
That was kind of the vibe.
So, apologies.
You guys
for
are
the
heroes
shitty
too,
stream,
by the way, for being
but
here.
Love you guys. Thank you for all the support. It's good to be here, and just keep tuning in to all your creators' content.
We had $0
a ton of stuff coming out
for this
about
effort.
this event here. So I will let you guys go. I love you guys. Thank you for all your support.